Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Different thoughts give you an alternative and will help to reveal your opinion. If you want to hear interesting and not ordinary thoughts, see a selection of the best Albert Einstein quotes. Through coincidence, God maintains anonymity. Student is not a container you have to fill, but a torch you have to light up. To break through a wall with your forehead, you need either a large run-up or a lot of foreheads. Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. You can't blame gravity for making people fall in love. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Order is needed only for a fool. Genius rules over chaos. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. God does not play dice. You should not teach your students anything. You just have to create the conditions in which they will learn on their own. It is better to believe than not to believe, because with faith, everything becomes possible. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. No one itches if it doesn't itch. If A is success in life, then A equals X plus Y plus Z, where X is work, Y is play, and Z is to keep your mouth shut. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Morality is the basis of all human values. Problems cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that created them. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. There are only two ways to live life. The first is that miracles do not exist. The second one is like miracles all around. Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth. If a mess on the table means a mess in the head, then what does an empty table mean? We all know that light travels faster than sound. That's why certain people appear bright until you hear them speak. Our beliefs and ideas are often a trap that limits our possibilities. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. The overemphasis on a purely intellectual stance in our education, often all about practice and facts, has led directly to the devaluation of ethical values. I'd rather be an optimist and a fool than a pessimist and right. You never fail until you stop trying. The tragedy of experiencing oneself as separate from all others is the delusion that becomes our prison. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Words were and remain an empty sound, and, serving the ideal only in words, it is impossible to die for it. But a person is created not by what a person hears and says, but by labor and activity. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Theory is when everything is known, but nothing works. Practice is when everything works, but no one knows why. We combine theory and practice. Nothing works, and no one knows why. The only knowledge that can advance us on the path of development is the knowledge that the imagination is capable of anything, and everything that is possible in our imagination is possible in reality. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. What a sad era when it is easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. Truth is that which stands the test of experience. Life is a preparation for the future, and the best preparation for the future is to live as if there were none. Mathematics is the only perfect way to fool yourself. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. The only source of knowledge is experience. There is only one path to greatness, and that path is through suffering. Possessions, outward success, publicity, luxury. To me, these have always been contemptible. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best for both the body and the mind. When a blind bug crawls over the surface of a ball, it does not notice that the path it is making is curved. You might have noticed it. They say that everything that happens is for the better, and it is strictly up to us to turn our loss into our victory. Sufficient simplicity for every wise man, and it is simplicity that makes him wise. For God is simple, such is his substance and souls. The only sure way to avoid making mistakes is to have no new ideas. For those of us who believe in physics, the dividing line between past, present, and future is only an illusion, no matter how solid it may be. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. Ethical human behavior must be based on empathy, education, and community relations. No religious basis is required for this. Time is what prevents everything from happening at once. Three great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. You should talk to everyone the same way, whether it's a scavenger or a university president. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Past is dead. Future is uncertain. Present is all you have. So eat, drink, and live merry. The laws of mathematics that have anything to do with the real world are unreliable. And unreliable mathematical laws have nothing to do with the real world. Intelligence is not the ability to store information, but to know where to find it. Since the mathematicians have taken up the theory of relativity, I no longer understand it myself. The intelligent person avoids three things in life: in youth, lust; in maturity, arrogance; in old age, greed. Let us not forget that human knowledge and skills alone cannot lead humanity to a happy and dignified life. Do not grow old, no matter how long you live. Never cease to stand like curious children before the great mystery into which we were born. The woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The woman who walks alone is likely to find herself in places no one has ever been before. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. Intelligent people ignore. It's strange to be known so universally and yet be so lonely. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. 5 things to never share with anyone: your problems, your projects, your ideas, your mistakes and regrets from the past, your income. Never memorize something that you can look up. Example isn't another way to teach. It is the only way to teach. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. We have collected these quotes from Albert Einstein, who not only elaborated the theory of relativity, but also made many other important contributions to science. A journey into his mind is an experience that we should absolutely appreciate. The quotes from him are full of life, experiments, and faith.